We were looking at financial market equilibrium case 1, where the only bank in the economy is the central bank and there are no private banks. Here we said equilibrium in financial market is where money supply is money demand. For money supply, we said we're assuming MS is equal to M bar is fixed by the central bank. And for money demand, we have our downward sloping money demand curve. We talked about that as well. So we have a downward sloping money demand curve. And then we talked about how we did some economic experiments over here. The first one being we looked at an increase in nominal income. We want to now look at an increase in nominal money supply. So let's say the initial equilibrium is at A. Then there's an increase in money supply, which shifts the money supply curve towards the right from MS to MS prime. Money demand curve does not. So now the new equilibrium is at the intersection of the new money supply curve MS prime and the unchanged money demand curve. So the result is that the equilibrium interest rate falls. But let's dive into detail into the economic intuition behind the adjustment process from A to A prime. So what happens is when money supply increases, now money supply is greater than money demand at the initial equilibrium interest rate I star. As we can see here, there's excess money supply. At this initial equilibrium interest rate I star, money supply is MS prime, money demand is still MT, right? And MS prime is greater than MT at original interest rate. So we have excess money supply. So there's an excess money with people. So they'll buy bonds with extra money. So this is the arrow should have been opposite here. Sorry, let's just correct this. Just connect this. So you buy bonds with extra money, so the arrow should go from M to B over here. And as a result of this, when you buy bonds, the demand for bonds increases, which causes an increase in price of bonds. And we know bond price and interest rate are inversely related. So when price of bond increases, so this should have been like this. Or wait, let's just make this smaller. Right, okay, let's just correct this first. This should have been like this. Right, so there's excess money with people, so they buy bonds with extra money, so you're going from M to B. Demand for bonds increases, as a result of which the price of bonds increases. And because price of bonds and interest rates are inversely related, the interest rates on bond decrease, which we know increases money demand. Because we know money demand and interest rate are inversely related, hence the downward sloping money demand curves. So interest rates on bond decrease, which increases money demand, as you can see over here, by the movement down the money demand curve. So the interest rate on bond decreases, which increases money demand until money demand is equal to the new given money supply again at A prime. So this is represented by a movement down the money demand curve. So this is what we saw, the impact of an increase in nominal money supply, and this was the economic intuition behind the adjustment process.